Have you ever wondered how the top 1% of OnlyFans agencies continues to beat you? In this video, I'll show you 4 practices that they use to continue to stay at the top. And when I say it's unfair, I don't mean that it's wrong to do it or that I'm not doing it myself. No, I mean that you probably aren't in the position to do it as well, and after watching this video you can start working towards this point. Now, the first point that the people at the top in the OFM agency space, if you want to call it like that, do is to work with insiders on social media platforms. Now, this isn't a big reveal, this isn't a big secret, everybody knows it probably, but it's very, very simple. I'm not even saying it's wrong. You have to imagine it like that. Whenever TikTok releases a new update, whenever Instagram changes its algorithm or has new terms of service, etc., most OnlyFans agencies just get hit with it by random, okay? They're not prepared for it, they don't know how to adapt, they don't know what's going on. They just realize it when their views drop, and then it's too late. So what big agencies do and what you should be aiming for to do in the future is get ahead of the curve and get the info before it's even out. So that can be that you know someone working at TikTok. That can be that you are in certain groups where TikTok officially shares this information privately to let their users know. You just have to be ahead of the curve. You have to get your information when it's important. So you know, okay, TikTok is gonna censor this type of content in the future. They're gonna make videos go viral who have this hashtags, who are gonna get into this niche. They're gonna have this new feature where the content gets manually reviewed, whatever it may be. You just want to have the information. And this is why certain creators seem to always go viral and never get banned. Because you know this, when you scroll on IG Reels, when you scroll on TikTok, even on YouTube, you see these creators where you're like, how the fuck are they not banned? And this is the answer, because they adapt to the algorithm. They know things that you don't, because they spent the time networking and finding the right information on the internet. And also, if you have insiders on social media, there's always gonna be people who are gonna help you grow your account by whitelisting the account, by making sure it's not getting banned, or by unbanning it if it gets banned eventually. And if you're on Telegram, if you're into the OnlyFans Telegram space where all the agencies connect, you'll see that a lot of people offer this service. And I can assure you, 80 to 90% of them are basic scammers. They don't provide the service they say. They just get your money and block you, so don't fall for it. But they are definitely people who are gonna do that, who are gonna unban your account or make sure your account doesn't get detected by any radar at all. So this works, and this will definitely skyrocket your business. And again, I'm not saying you should do it. I'm not saying you should break the terms of service. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying these services exist and they're getting used. So there's a supply and a demand. And you can decide on which side you want to be, because your competition is always going to use it. Now, the second cheat code that most big agencies do is they don't work against each other, they work with each other. They let their big creators, their influencers, their OnlyFans creators work with each other. They're gonna collaborate. You see this all the time. Big OnlyFans creators meet up, they do content together, they do TikToks together, they're on Reddit doing pictures. It's not a game of who makes the most money. It's just the few agencies at the top are working together to stay at the top. And you can copy this exact premise if you have some friends in the industry, if you have some business partners, or you know some people who you're good with, you're on handshake basis, whatever it may be. Just sit down and see if you can do any collaborations. Maybe your creators are from the same country. You can ask them to shoot some scenes together, maybe do some funny Instagram reels. Because now what happens is you just have two audiences combining. So the people from this creator's Instagram following who may not like her but like the other creator are gonna subscribe here, and vice versa. So you just make money for both sides and grow the audience. The videos get more viral, you get double subscribers, etc, etc. And of course, you have to be careful that you don't sell the same content to the same fan twice. But just so you understand, at the bottom it's always against each other. It's always, I'm gonna gatekeep this information, I'm gonna do this. And at the top, like in real business, like everywhere, at the top the people collaborate, because that's when both sides make the most money. It's not player versus player at the top, it's just player versus player at the bottom, where you don't have another choice. So don't get psyoped, and make sure to sit down with your friends to build a long living business with this trick. Now, the next point, and it's kind of self-explanatory, is basic the connection game that you have. If you want to work with the top tier creators, right? We're talking A-list celebrities, millions of followers on Instagram, like Kirinikov, Bad Baby, all this whole bracket of really famous influencers that make a shit ton of money just by posting like one video a week. You're not gonna get to them if you don't have the right connections. And I'm not gonna tell you how to network. This should be obvious. You can get your information elsewhere. I'm not on YouTube to tell you how to network, of course. But in order to get into the circles, you need to know the right people. How can you do that? I mean, of course, be a knowledgeable and nice person yourself. Be able to create, to give value, even just in a business aspect. And also, be very pleasant when communicating with people, because especially on the OFM Telegram space, as you know, I have my own 5,000 plus Telegram community completely for free. You can, by the way, join via the link in the description. There are hundreds of people in there who have an A-game networking game. You will find famous influencer managements there, celebrities yourself, who just join this community. And depending on how you interact with them, this may be the next shot. So if you have good connections to these type of networks, to these type of managements, to these types of bubbles, you will have it very easy to find good creators for your agency. Because this is one of the biggest pain points that all of them guys have. Finding good creators, how to work with them, how to onboard them. If you have the connections, it just gets automated. You can't even work with all of them. So make sure to master this point, because maybe now you don't need it as much. So I'm not saying you'll need it at the bottom. It's not that important, but if you're trying to get to the top, if you're trying to get to the top 1% of OnlyFans agencies, which should be your goal, if you have some kind of inspiration, if you have some kind of drive, of course that's where you want to be, then you need these type of connections in order to become the most successful possible. Now, last but not least, and this is more for your general understanding to just know what you don't know. Every single topic, every single marketing source, every single chatting strategy, every single business is a big rabbit hole. You never know what you don't know until you find out. And in OnlyFans management, it's especially like this. I can tell you, look through my YouTube channel. Like, you can scroll through the videos and you'll find great value. More value than any other OFM YouTuber ever gave you. And still, this is like 30% of strategies that I'm willing to share. Even less, because I am actively gatekeeping information that I don't want others to copy. On OFM Telegram it's the same, in groups it's the same, and this is just natural. I can just tell you why. Because with a lot of things that you do, once the major public starts to copy them, they stop working. Let me give you a great example. Almost 1 year ago, dating app traffic was the biggest thing. You just set up like some Tinder and Bumble accounts for your creators, like set up an Instagram funnel, and like you get thousands of subscribers every single day. It was the shit. Went super viral, everybody did it. But then all the dating app platforms got behind it and started to fix it, started to fix the algorithm. And we're like, okay, no, we're not gonna allow this. And if you look at dating apps in 2024, it's literally a headache, and it's not really working unless you are like a big expert on it and are ready to spend like 20 grand on softwares and all this shit. So this is a very good example to see how not gatekeeping your own strategies is gonna fuck up the entire traffic source. So be very, very careful with that. And also, if you're just starting out right now, like, just be aware that there's a lot of shit that's bringing active money into your pockets that you don't know about. There's private groups, there's private conversations happening of people who have figured out the formula to make hundreds, if not millions of dollars per month. But they're not telling you because they don't want you to copy it. They want to keep it in their small circle, which makes sense. It's the right thing to do. Everything else would be stupid. So just understand the standpoint and be like, okay, I don't know shit about the business. I need to get in those circles. I need to network with people. I need to make enough money to buy inside those groups so I can get ahead of the curve. I can beat my competition. And the first step to do that is to join my free OFM Telegram community via the link in the description. There you'll do your first step towards this, and you get information that no one else shares around. So for 5,000 current OnlyFans agency owners who are gonna give you the guidance you need, I can give you the guidance you need for free personally. So make sure to join. That's it for this video. See you on the next one. Bye bye.